In our last meeting, we talked about a template for active learning exercises and testing. I showed you this file here, and we talked about a template attaching to an exercise object all of the functions that would be tested. Now, the question of the browser was brought up, and I mentioned, well, let's just do it in Node. Now, after our meeting, I thought about this a lot more, and I thought this is really a practical scenario, one in where we will often want to use the browser. And really the only thing that's stopping us from doing that with this code is these two lines down at the bottom. Now we need those in order to load it into the Node environment, but it's what stops us from loading it into the browser. So I explored a bit and looked at a few options, and I found something that I think will work. Now let me go ahead and show you. This is the same example that we looked at. It has a length function, a concatenate, and an add. And I just wanted to show you here a practical scenario where we would use that. On the page, you can see here this code is acting upon this string. I'm getting the length of the array, concatenate the array, and I'm adding an item, in this case mango, right? So this is a pretty common scenario, especially when it comes to visualizations. Now, if we can abstract that out the code into a JavaScript file that doesn't have those two lines, then we can use it in both cases. Now let me go ahead and show you what the test looks like. The only difference is that instead of saying require and adding that file directly, I'm now going through a module that I wrote myself. And after that, I have a function that says load, and that's where you specify the path to the file that holds the exercises. Now, if you're wondering about security, I'm going to go ahead and show you what that module is, and I'll share this code as well. And you can see here that I'm loading that into a different context, and I return that to the test file. Now, that doesn't really matter for those writing tests, but if you're curious, you can go ahead and have a look. Now, this is the same file that I just ran with, let me go ahead and run this test, and you can see there that it runs fine, right? It loads all of that code. We can run the exercises just as before, and we can use it within the browser itself. Now go ahead and have a look, see if you can spot any holes or any concerns. If there aren't any, we can go ahead and standardize on this going forward. So I'll go ahead and share the code. Go ahead and have a look through. Thanks, bye.